That cereal on your shelf might look slightly duller than it did last year, and it is intentional. Major retailers are now requiring every cereal on their shelves to drop synthetic dyes entirely. This is grocery science. Here is exactly what is changing and what to check right now. Federal health officials announced a plan to phase out several synthetic food dyes nationally. The targeted dyes include Red 40, Yellow 5, Yellow 6, Blue 1, Blue 2, and Green 3. Red dye 3 was already formally banned from food products starting in January 2025. One major retailer announced it will only stock cereal made without certified synthetic colors. That retailer confirmed 85% of its cereal sales already meet this new standard. A major cereal manufacturer committed to removing synthetic dyes from all cereals by 2027. That same company is removing dyes from school-served cereal even sooner, this school year. Shoppers may notice certain familiar cereal names now appearing in visibly more muted colors. Recipe and flavor generally remain unchanged, despite this specific, purely visual color reformulation. Checking manufacturer timelines helps shoppers understand whether a favorite cereal has already changed. This represents one of the largest voluntary reformulations in recent American food industry history. Dye removal represents primarily a color change, not necessarily a broader recipe overhaul. Certain synthetic dyes have been studied for possible links to behavioral effects in some children. Regulatory agencies, including the FDA, had historically classified these dyes as approved and safe. This regulatory position shifted following renewed political and public health pressure in recent years. Consumer advocacy groups have raised concerns about long-term synthetic dye exposure, especially in children. Some states have passed laws requiring specific labeling disclosure for these controversial ingredients. One such state law was temporarily blocked following a federal court ruling on enforcement. This legal and regulatory landscape remains actively evolving, with further changes likely ahead. Some critics note voluntary phase-outs generally move slower than a formal regulatory ban. Some industry spokespersons continue defending the FDA's original safety determination on these specific dyes. This debate involves genuine scientific and political disagreement, not a single settled consensus. Reviewing both sides of this ongoing debate helps shoppers form their own informed conclusion. This remains an evolving regulatory story, worth tracking closely over the coming months. Natural colorants like beet juice, spirulina, and turmeric are commonly replacing synthetic dyes. Regulators have specifically pointed to beet juice as a natural alternative to red dye. Natural colorants can behave differently under heat, light, and extended storage compared to synthetic dyes. Some naturally colored products may appear less vibrant or fade slightly over shelf life. This specific color stability challenge is one reason full reformulation takes considerable time. Comparing an older, brighter product to its newly reformulated version reveals this visual difference directly. Calcium phosphate and gardenia blue are among newer natural colorants entering wider commercial use. Checking the ingredient list directly reveals exactly which colorant a specific product now uses. Flavor and overall nutrition typically remain unaffected by this specific colorant substitution process. This broader shift reflects growing consumer preference for simpler, more recognizable ingredient labels. Check the ingredient list, note the specific colorant type, and compare old and new versions. Choosing products explicitly labeled free of synthetic dyes offers a straightforward, verified choice. Checking cereal labels specifically for dye content matters most for parents shopping for children. Comparing several cereal brands directly for colorant type guides a more informed purchase decision. Dye-free reformulated products are generally priced similarly to their prior synthetic dye versions. A few extra seconds reading the label can meaningfully change what ends up in the cart. So that color shift really is happening, box by box, across nearly every major brand. This phase-out is unfolding gradually through 2026 and 2027, brand by brand. Colorant type and reformulation timeline remain the two details most worth tracking closely. That understanding gives you a real choice, rather than just a colorful one. At Grocery Science, we examine food through evidence, not to generate fear. Next time, why bottled water now costs $3 and comes with a wellness claim. Thank you for watching Grocery Science. Stay curious. Stay informed.